Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to properly gank lanes. So this is a very common thing that people misunderstand, and we're going to be talking about all the problems and how to actually do it properly. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Perry. I've been challenged for the last 4 years, and I've coached people for the last year, I'd say, and I've helped literally hundreds and hundreds of people get to their rank goals, and I'm here to help you, here to teach you a thing or two. So let's jump right in. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at how to gank on the waves, the conditions, and what positioning looks like to actually make your gank possible. We're going to look at dodging vision and proper pathing, and we're going to think about advanced ganking, aka what I like to call like diving, essentially. So this is going to be the main things we're going to look at. Now, I know there's counter ganking as well, which is something I don't necessarily want to talk about this video. I'll talk about that in another video. And just a quick disclaimer, guys, if you like these type of videos that I'm making, on my Patreon, I will be posting a lot more of these types of videos. So if you guys want this exclusive content, go there. Patreon is where this is at. But guys, before we jump into all of this, there is something we absolutely need before we actually look at ganking. How do we gank? Before we look at how we gank, we need information, guys. Information is absolutely necessary in order for us to make the gank possible. A lot of times people aren't actually bad at understanding what makes a good or bad gank. What they're bad at is they don't have the information. They don't see that the enemy laner is 20% HP because when they use their F keys, the F keys only show their allies, not the enemies. So they don't see the fact that the enemy is diveable or the enemy is gankable. They don't see it. Or they're not even looking at the wave. Or they're not looking at the next wave. Or they're not tracking flashes or anything. They don't know what's going on. I promise you, a lot of people actually struggle with this, and you might be one of those guys who struggle with getting proper information, and that's what's making your ganks actually suck miserably. Not the fact that you're bad at ganking, but you're bad at getting information. So some examples of information are going to be like the time it takes for you to get to the play, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, what HPs and manas are, something we've been talking about, summoner spells, runes, items. Well, do they have Guardian, Glacial, Aftershock? Is that going to change it? Can they beat us with Conqueror? What are their items? Do they have like a stopwatch for some reason? Do they have, 3 cloth armors that's going to make us impossible to kill them? A plated steel cap so they can outrun us? These are literally 5 out of the like 15 to 20 conditions that I look for when I'm playing for ganks. And I'll go over all of these conditions in my event coming on Sunday, guys. So Sunday, I'm gonna be doing a full jungle fundamental event where I'll be going over these conditions that I look at when I'm trying to make ganks happen. It's completely free. It's gonna be in the description box below, and it will be pinned in the comments. I hope to see you guys there. But anyway, we're not gonna focus on information. Again, we're gonna focus on ganking. So I'm gonna give you guys the idea that you have the proper information going for the gank. Guys, let's jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the examples now. I have around 8 examples to show you, so we'll be here for a good bit. Let's start off with some Warwick here. I'm currently clearing the wolves. It's level 2. I'm going to farm. I'm going to be getting level 3 after this camp. Awesome. We are level 3. Let me actually fix the camera real quick because I don't want to block this. Okay. So, pretty much, when I look bot lane, this is the information gathering, right, guys? We see this. Right now, they have to push in this wave. There's no other job for the enemy bot lane but to push in this wave. It's important to see this. Now that I see it, we know for a fact that Xayah and Rakan, when you put yourselves in their perspective, that's why it's good to play some lane. What Xayah and Rakan want to do is they want to pressure, because look at this guy's HP. They're level 2, and this guy's low, and we need to push this wave in so we can crash it, and then we want to recall afterwards. So what I instantly do is I'm like, okay, I'm going to run to this play. Because as they try to crash their wave, I will be able to completely destroy them, dumpster them, kill them. They are walking targets for me. So I'm running in, speed of light. They go into fight because, like we were saying, they want to trade because of their HP. Now, Xayah goes in and flashes. Now, watch the rest of this fight here. So the rest of the fights, technically in this position right now, Xayah is actually beating the Ezreal, and Ezreal has to escape. This is something that's really important here, though, guys. The Xayah, whether Xayah beats the Ezreal or not, she still wants to push in the cannon minion. Think about it this way. If you're playing lane and you give a cannon minion, someone's going to type -1. Someone's going to lose their mind. You're going to be mad at yourself. Oh, another cannon minion. Ah! Laners can't give up cannon minions the same way how junglers can't give up their red buff or their blue buff. So this guy will stay for the cannon minion even if Ezreal died or if Ezreal was full HP or walking away. The Xayah wants the cannon. Anyway, this turns into a really easy kill for us here. We saw Xayah use her flash earlier as well, so we turn this into a nice little kill, and that's based off of waves, guys. And I'm going to show you another wave example here. It's going to be the same game looking at the bot lane. And what happens is if we look at this position, right now bot lane's fighting. They're fighting really hard. Now, if we look at the wave in the moment is sort of going into them. Because if we count, we have 5, they have 4. Our minions are a little bit lower, but if we go back one time, look at the wave now. Right now, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they have 5. So we are going to push into them. So right now, our teammates need to push into them. But what happens is the Xayah and the Rakan start to fight, and now the wave is pushing into us. So, in this picture now, Xayah and Rakan want to do the exact same thing. They want to push in this wave, because after they push, they can recall. Put yourself in the Xayah's position. If I'm pushing the wave, after I push, I can go home, spend my gold, come back, and beat the Ezreal up when I'm back in lane. So what I do is I know he's pushing the wave, and look at him. Xayah's even using her W. I could wait a little bit longer here. Xayah probably uses her E as well. But I say no, I'm just going to go in. I'm going to flash Q the Rakan immediately. And then I can just use my E on the Xayah, who's flashless and has no barrier because I'm tracking conditions and information from earlier. Boom, secure ourselves some more free kills. Okay, guys, so that's playing based off the waves. Okay, and it's really important to understand how playing based on the waves, like functions, how that works, essentially. Now, we really need to look at pretty much understanding, like, conditions is the next thing. And what this means is you need to know your champion. And you need to know the champion you're playing against and your ally's champion as well. So I'm going to go to this other example here. 28, great, right here. So I'm playing Kindred. I have a longsword and a dagger. And my Ahri does not have level 6, or does not have ultimate right now. And right now we have like just enough damage to maybe kill the Sylas at full HP. So one thing you'll see me do here is I'm looking at the Sylas. Right now, if you're Sylas wants to push this wave in. That's what he's doing. He wants to push it in. So I'm waiting. Now this Sylas is pretty smart here because Sylas is actually respecting the Ahri. Sylas knows that he doesn't beat the Ahri. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting till Sylas walks forward. Okay, this is positioning and conditions. Sylas walks forward, and there you see I click forward. So if Sylas walks backwards, then I am not revealing myself. So we can all assume, guys, that this bush that I'm next to is probably warded, right? We can all assume that. So if Sylas walks backwards as I'm walking forward, it'll be almost impossible to kill him. Almost impossible, because he's running away as I'm running into him. But if he runs forward, runs into us, and I run into them, then we can actually turn this into a kill. So this is like a really important to wait here, wait for the timing, right outside the vision, and now I'm going and look at Sylas has to blow his E. He has to blow his E really early on, and this guy right here, because of positioning, he is pincered against the wall. If you're Sylas, you realistically don't want to run down here because then the Ahri who's running this way will catch up, and at the same time I will be able to deal damage the entire way through. So people instinctively run into the walls. This is important, guys. They run into the walls. The condition to kill the Sylas is Ahri has to land charm. You have to. If Sylas is getting pincered into the wall here and has to jiggle like this, it is very easy for Ahri to actually land her charm. And we turn this into a kill. So there are a few conditions here. It's positioning of how I'm ganking, right? It's his positioning, and it's timing the gank as well. That's one thing that I should probably emphasize too. Is timing of your gank is extremely important as well, and understanding Ahri needs to land charm to make this work. Now this gank would not have worked if Ahri does not land charm. Okay, guys. So it would have been a complete flop if Ahri missed the charm. All right. Now what I want to look at is vision and pathing. So we go back to this. We have vision and pathing here. So that was pretty much talking about, waves, conditions, positioning. Honestly, I should add timing here too. And I wish I could show you guys 100 different examples, but I just can't do that in this one short video. If you guys want to, learn more about League, I coach and I give as much information as you can handle. You ask me, you talk to me, I respond to all DMs, all questions. I can give you guys way more information. You just need to be able to do one thing, guys, and it's get that information. Because the conditions don't really change anything. The positioning, the wave states, it doesn't matter if you're not tracking information properly. Anyway, I can help you guys out. I'm here to help. But let's jump into dodging vision and pathing here. So in this same game, we have something that's really, really cool. It is really good pathing. So in this game here, we are looking at bot lane die, and we're looking at mid lane. So mid lane's fighting right now, sort of, not really. But right now what's happening is the enemy Mordekaiser has a problem. He needs to push this wave in. Okay, well, can I make it in time? Look at where I am. Look where Mordekaiser is. If I run here, if I make it in time before Mordekaiser pushes the wave in. You can pause the video and you can think about that real quick. Okay? So the answer is no. The Mordekaiser will be able to push this wave in before I make it to him. So I turn this into a kill. How is that possible? Well, for those of you guys who are already aware of what I'm looking at, props to you. And for those who don't know, you must apply this to your ganks. I'm not just looking at this wave, guys. I'm looking at this wave right here. And it's mirrored on the other side. So we see that there's a wave on the other side over there. And this Mordekaiser doesn't have to push just this wave. He has to push the second wave as well. So we'll see here that the Mordekaiser needs to stay up here. He needs to walk forward. And now he doesn't have just the cannon minion, the caster to deal with. He has the next set of minions to deal with as well. So now I can go ahead and pressure him. Because at some point, this Mordekaiser does want to walk forward to push, to play the game, essentially, as well, to hit these minions. He wants to walk forward. So I could turn this into a really free gank. And here we are. Mordekaiser's fighting with a Fury. And this guy tries to flash away from me. And we just take the kill. Nice and easily, guys. And another thing here that's important is I'll see this so often. And I'll talk about this in the next two examples. I can run this way. Or I can run this way. Please don't path like this. And another thing, guys, if this bush is warded right here where my cursor is, if you walk like this, that barely spots you, maybe 0.25 seconds, because I'm hugging the wall. Let me actually give you guys a better visual of the wall. Again, this is warded here, and if I run like this, it like might spot me for a tad bit second there. But if I'm running like this, or like running like this, then I'm gonna get spotted. So dodging vision is so important here, pathing is so important here. Get the kill. Amazing. Now I'm going to show you guys some more examples of dodging wards and just, properly playing around ganks. And this is why your ganks are probably not as good as other people's ganks. It's because they dodge wards and you probably aren't. So we're going to clear these wolves here, and we're going to look at bot lane. We want to go ahead and gank these guys. The wave is coming into us. I'm literally explaining that live. The wave is coming into us. And you guys see in the live game, I'm clicking on the wave coming in next. You see I'm panning over here. The wave is mirrored. It's coming over. You can do this too, guys. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking, okay, the Rakan just warded. Well, I have a sweeper parry, and I have a control word. Can't I just go in and sweeper it? Then I don't kill them, bro. So what do? Well, you go all the way around. I say, no, I'm not pathing this way anymore. You would think that I could path that way. Nope, guys. I'm going literally all the way around to dodge that ward. I'm explaining it live. I explained this like yesterday live. And I'm sweeping here because maybe the mid laner ward. Just drop a quick pink ward because I'm here anyway. Why not? And then boom, we turn this into the easiest kills ever because they feel safe. Think about what Rakan and Zai feel. Oh, I have a ward here. And the enemy defender's not going to walk all the way around. Let's fight. Okay, sure. Fight. I'm here. What's up? You guys are dead. We killed the Zai here. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And I'm playing Warwick. So I run at this guy like a dog. Here we go. Here we come in. And then we kill the Rakan as well. That's what dodging vision can do for you guys. I need you guys to truly understand what dodging vision really, like how important dodging vision is. And again, many more examples, but hopefully you guys understand the picture. In fact, what I want to do is just like talk about like, hey, where is it going to be commonly warded? Well, it's not just the river bush here. It's also this tri-bush here. This could be commonly warded. This could be commonly warded. So almost always you want to go all the way around and like all the way around the enemies. Like you want to literally go so far around so they don't ever get spotted, essentially. Like you need to do your best into just never ever getting spotted. And actually, this Wukong game should give me another example here. Let me take a look at this here. Yeah, I forget I actually have this example. Um, so right here, we look at the same thing again, right? So the Soraka and the Ezreal, look at how far up they're walked up, and look at how they're missing for a second. They could have warded the Tri-Bush or the River Bush. I don't know where they warded, right, guys? So they could ward, look at the map here. They could ward here or here, right? I don't know where. But what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to go all the way around. And look, the same thing. They feel so safe. They feel so great. If your ganks are bad, you're like, man, I keep ganking. I'm not killing them. Why am I not killing them? Oh, my laners suck. My laners this. My laners that. It's because of your pathing. Okay? It's because you're not dodging wards. So I'm going all the way around here. And I'm timing it for my Ezreal and Yuumi to walk up when these guys are walking forward. So timing. We're going in. Boom. This guy flashes. Jhin lands a good W. I wouldn't be able to make this play if I didn't have Jhin. But in that scenario, my Yuumi could be like a Leon or Analysis as well. So conditions can be different, but I know it's possible because I have Jhin. I'm praying on Jhin landing W. Now, even if I just got a flash, it would be still better gank than running over wards. Now, the next thing I want to talk about here, guys, is the advanced ganking or diving. So real quick before I jump into this, I want to talk about how there's like 3 things that you could do with lanes. You can do a regular gank on the waves. You can do a dive, or you can counter gank. Those are like literally the only things you can do. And or like sometimes like more of like a advanced thing that you can do is like interact with freezes. If laners freeze, like you can interact with them. But freezes are all just like a variation of like you can turn that into a gank, you can turn that into dive, or you can turn it into counter gank. So realistically, those are your options. It's gank someone, counter gank them, or dive them. So we're gonna jump into diving them right now here. So we just ganked their bot lane and we just killed them. And now what we're going to do is we saw the Ezreal was really low on HP. I'm telling my Jhin to push the wave. And I'm going to try and stop the Ezreal's back here. If Yuumi can, if Jhin can, great. This guy flashes forward. So we can kill this guy here, bring him to like 1 HP. Yuumi gets the kill. Wonderful. So pretty much what would have happened here is I'm going to keep the Ezreal under the turret. Let's say he doesn't flash here. He is stuck there now. Jin's going to push the wave in and we're going to be able to dive him. And even if I die or Jhin dies or Yuumi dies, 1 for 1, now we have successfully denied the Ezreal a full cannon wave. Look at this cannon wave here. It's mirrored, right? So this cannon wave here that Jin's on, Jhin will push that in. Ezreal will die. Whoever kills him, doesn't matter. I snuck in an extra auto. Okay, great. Ezreal is going to lose this entire thing if he dies. And he dies anyway, so we're in a beautiful position. Ezreal loses a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at another example here. Where we do a lot of dives this game. Okay, so we have the first dive, which is going to be, we just killed the enemy Kha'Zix, and the enemy Katarina is on the way. So we killed the enemy Katarina. You guys don't need to watch that. I'm full HP. I don't know what the Katarina is doing. And then if we look at this, I'm pinging really actively to dive the enemy top laner. Now, we have 3 stacked waves here. This is very, very, very easy to understand, except for one thing. It's about patience and not revealing myself. So I'm going to wait in this bush for the longest time possible. I'm not going to reveal myself. I don't want anyone to know that I'm here. I literally just need to chill. I need to wait. And I need to wait for my teammates to go in. So what we'll see a lot in dives is people reveal themselves. And they'll just show. You want to just wait for the wave to crash. Then you can go. Then it's free kills. So please, guys, when you're diving, you need to be patient. And how is this dive impossible? Well, all the way back here when we kill the Katarina, we look at this wave right here, right? We see this wave, and then I'm trying to get my Zac to come up here as well, because Zac is needed in this play. Zac listens, it's great. This is a higher elo game, so yeah, maybe in lower elos it doesn't happen. It's like Diamond. So, dives, I'm just explaining dives. Sometimes they don't happen. I've dived plenty of times in lower elos, but again, sometimes people just don't listen. In any elo, it is what it is. Alright, let's take a look at another dive here, but this is going to be an even more advanced dive. So pretty much, I'm ready to dive top lane, because if you look at the map right now, guys, Katarina just died. So Katarina is dead, and Darius is in the top side. I want to stop the Darius from coming to top lane. Darius goes mid lane. So for mid, Katarina is dead. So after I do the grubs, there is 2 things that can happen here. Katarina goes top lane, and we can dive Katarina. Or Darius walks to top lane, and we can have the Darius. So I'm trying to ping my Zac again to come with me, and Zac isn't listening. Zac decides to go ball it. It is what it is. So I walk towards the top side, I sweep through, and I sit in this bush, and I wait for a little bit. So I'm waiting for Katarina to walk forward. Now, again, think about it. Katarina died all the way back here. She respawns at around 7, we'll just say 7:15 she respawns. To walk to a lane takes you like 30 seconds. Okay, give or take. Probably a little short. So, if Katarina's already respawn, by now she should have revealed herself. So where is she? It must not be Katarina who wants to defend. But even here, I'm still like, okay, is she coming? Is she ever coming? Is she ever coming? And she's not coming. You know who's coming? The Darius. So Darius is now on the way topside. The Katarina went bot lane. And if you guys see what I do here is I try to kill all the Krugs as fast as humanly possible. So look, my decision changes entirely. I'm doing the Krugs, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing it peacefully, yada yada yada. Let's do it. Okay. I see Darius coming. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta use some spells here. I use my smites, and I properly use my Q. I'm hitting everything. I'm trying to finish this ASAP, and I barely finish it in time to where he doesn't notice that I'm actually in this bush. So this is Fog of War. Again, I didn't show myself at any time. I didn't reveal anything. Fog of War. Yes. Staying hidden. It's so fucking broken. Okay, so then we get this free kill here. This guy can't do anything. He's just screwed. And we're in a 1v9 position because now Jace gets the break the whole top turret. They killed this guy. So this is a beautiful thing here. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. It is just a wrap. Excuse me. Okay. It's coming again, guys. But okay, so back to this. Hopefully this makes sense on why your ganking probably doesn't feel as good. It's because a lot of people don't have this down, right? They don't have the conditions down. They don't know their champion's limits. They don't know their allies' limits. They don't know the enemy's limits. Or they don't understand waves. They're not looking at wave 2. What's happening with wave 2? Or they're not positioning correctly. What I mean this is like they're pathing when like the positioning of the gank, the angle at which you go at is not correct. Okay? This is the biggest one probably. Not dodging vision. You're never going to kill people if you just reveal yourself. Stay in Fog of War, guys. Pathing as well. These two work hand in hand. If you dodge vision, you will by default path better. And if you path better, you will by default dodge vision. They literally work together. Like, just think about one of them, and they will work hand in hand. Because if you want to dodge, you got to path. If you want to path better, you're going to dodge. Dodge vision. And last thing is just diving and how, like, basically diving, like, the main point I wanted to get at with diving, guys, is how Fog of War still plays a role in diving. And getting information of the waves is really important when you're looking for dives. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed this format, this style of a video. If you did, please let me know down in the description box below, because this is going to be a free video for you guys all to watch and understand. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to check out the event coming this Sunday. I hope to see you guys there. Anyway, guys, peace.